My mother is dead, my father is arrested, my brother remains silent. But none of them know. I planned it all. This is the silent version of revenge. They say blood always binds you. They're wrong. My name is Elena Ward, and blood never saved me from anything. It only reminded me of who I could never be. My mother adored my brother Daniel like he was the sun itself. Every morning, she'd kiss his forehead, straighten his collar, and tell him how proud she was. She never looked at me like that. To her, I was noise, background, a mistake she couldn't erase. My father, on the other hand, loved me, or at least that's what I believed. He smiled when I entered the room, called me his little star. I held on to that warmth like a drowning person clings to air, never realizing that his love came with a hidden price. Loyalty. Blind, unquestioning loyalty. Our house was split long before I learned to spell the word family. Mom and Daniel on one side, Dad and I on the other. Dinners were silent wars fought over glances and sighs. I remember being 10, overhearing them argue in the kitchen. "You're too hard on her," my father said. "She's a child." "She's nothing like him," Mom hissed. "And she never will be." I pressed my ear to the door, heart pounding. Who was him? That question followed me my whole life. As the years passed, the divide deepened. Daniel became my shadow's enemy. We fought over everything, school, attention, even air. He'd sneer, "You think Dad actually loves you? He just feels sorry for you." I'd snap back, "At least I have someone who cares." But every word was another crack forming between us. By the time I was 17, our family dinners had turned into interrogations. Mom's voice was ice. "You should be more like your brother." Dad's tone was fire. "You should be more grateful to your father." I learned early that silence was safer than truth. So I stopped speaking. At 30, I had built a life far away, small apartment, quiet job, no contact with any of them. I thought I'd escaped, until the night the phone rang. "Miss Ward?" a man's voice said, calm but urgent. "I'm calling from Wells and Associates. I'm afraid your mother, Mrs. Ward, has passed away." The words hit like cold water. I didn't cry. I didn't even blink. "She wanted you to be notified personally," he continued. "And she left instructions. It's important." I hesitated. "Instructions?" "A letter, and some evidence. She said it concerns your family." My chest tightened. That night I went to his office. Rain fell in sheets, city lights bleeding through the glass walls. Anthony Wells was a quiet man with weary eyes. "She was clear about one thing," he said, handing me a sealed envelope. "You must read this alone." The handwriting on the front stopped my breath. "To Elena," my mother's elegant script. I opened it slowly. "Elena," it began, "if you're reading this, it means I'm gone. I know I was never the mother you needed, but there are things you must know. Daniel isn't your father's son. I had him with another man, Robert Hale. Your father found out. He killed him. He killed us both, just slowly. If anything happens to me, look at your father. You'll find the truth in his eyes." My hands shook. I looked up. "She's accusing my father of murder." Wells nodded gravely. "She told me once she feared him. She believed he would kill again." I left the office numb. The rain felt heavier now, almost alive. My reflection in the window didn't look like me. It looked like someone about to become something else. That night, I called Daniel. We hadn't spoken in 5 years. "Why are you calling?" he asked coldly. "Because she's dead," I said. Silence. "And because she left us something." He sighed. "I'll come." When he arrived, he looked older, tired, but still carried that same quiet arrogance. We sat across from each other in the dim living room, the letter between us. "You always thought she hated you," he said. "She did," I replied. "But she loved you." "No." "She loved a secret." His brow furrowed. "What secret?" I pushed the letter toward him. "You're not Dad's son." His face drained of color. "That's ridiculous. Read it." He did, twice. His voice cracked. "Robert Hale." "She said that name once. I thought it was a cousin. It was your father." He looked up, eyes wide. "Then who is he?" "A murderer," I whispered. For the first time, Daniel didn't argue. We sat in silence, Two strangers united by horror. Then something in me shifted. We can't go to him unprepared, I said. We find proof first. Over the next week, we dug into the house we'd both tried to forget. Old boxes, letters, photos. In the attic, Daniel found a metal lockbox. Inside, a rusted revolver, 2 passports, and a photo. Mom and a man smiling, her hand on his chest. On the back, R+C forever. That's him, Daniel said softly. Robert Hale, and Dad kept it, I murmured. Like a trophy. That night, I couldn't sleep. I replayed every memory, my father's kindness, his sudden temper, his late-night disappearances. I remembered the way he'd watch Mom sometimes, not with love, but ownership. When I finally closed my eyes, I dreamed of red water and a man whispering, "Truth has a price." The next morning, Daniel wanted to confront him immediately. I stopped him. You can't just accuse him, he'll twist it. He's smarter than you think. Then what do you suggest? I smiled. We give him his own medicine. We called him that evening, pretending to arrange a meeting to discuss the will. He agreed instantly. I'd like that, he said warmly. We have a lot to talk about. He had no idea. The following day, he welcomed us with open arms, like the perfect father he'd always pretended to be. You both look well, he said. Your mother would be proud, would she? I asked. Even after what you did? His smile faltered. What's that supposed to mean? Daniel dropped the photograph on the table. Recognize him? Our father's face changed just for a second, a flicker of panic. Where did you get that? From your closet, I said, next to a gun and a blood-stained shirt. His eyes hardened. You've been through my things? We went through your lies, I said. It's not the same thing. He slammed his fist on the table. You think you understand? You think you know what she did to me? She loved someone else, I said coldly. You couldn't stand it. He grabbed my arm, grip iron. You have no idea what I sacrificed for this family. I looked him in the eye. You sacrificed the wrong people. Daniel shoved him off. Enough, he yelled. You killed him, didn't you? You killed her too. Our father's composure cracked completely. I gave you everything, he roared. Everything you are is because of me. Then I guess you built a monster, I whispered. I walked to the window, my hands steady now. You'll get what you deserve, he shouted after me, but I didn't turn back. That night, I began my plan. I copied the contents of the lockbox, sent them anonymously to the police and a local journalist. I included one final piece, the letter. Within days, headlines exploded. Businessman Harold Ward connected to 30-year-old murder. Reporters camped outside his house. His company's stock plummeted. Every call, every friend vanished. He tried reaching me. I ignored him. On the 5th day, he left a voicemail. Elena, please, we can fix this. I did it for love. I replayed it 3 times, then deleted it. No, I whispered. You did it for control. 2 days later, he was arrested. The police found traces of blood in the garden where the old shed once stood. DNA confirmed it, Robert Hale. My father's empire crumbled, but justice wasn't enough. I wanted him to feel powerless, humiliated, afraid the way I had felt my whole life. I leaked one last secret, a recording of him confessing to my mother years ago. The entire city heard his voice shaking, saying he deserved it. That broke him more than any sentence. Weeks later, Daniel asked to visit him in prison. Why? I asked. Closure. I shook my head. There's no closure, only consequences. He went anyway. When he came back, his eyes were distant. He said he did it for us, for the family. Do you believe him? I don't know. I touched his shoulder, then let it die with him. Months passed. The noise faded. I sold the house, moved to the coast. Every night I walked by the ocean, the waves whispering secrets they'd never tell. Sometimes I'd dream of my mother's voice, soft and distant. Be careful what you become. But I wasn't careful. I became exactly what I needed to be. One evening, I received a letter anonymous. Inside was a single line. He confessed everything. I smiled faintly. Good, I said aloud. I poured myself a glass of wine and watched the sun sink into the sea. Now he can live with the ghosts he made. For the first time, I felt peace, not the kind that forgives, but the kind that finishes. Because the truth is, revenge isn't fire, it's ice. It doesn't scream, it waits. And when it comes, it doesn't just destroy, it replaces. That night, as I looked into the dark water, I saw my reflection calm, unshaken, complete. The girl who once begged to be loved was gone. In her place stood a woman who didn't need love to win. Because some victories don't come with applause, they come with silence, and silence was finally mine.